Hey friends, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Not So Berry Challenge. It's been a hot minute. As always, I say this every time I record. Life keeps getting the better of me and taking me away from recording with my favorite family. But we have a little itty bitty problem in that this family keeps getting pregnant and we ran out of space in our house. So I had to build a brand new house. Today, we're just going to run through a speed build of the house that I built. It's very different than the house that they live in now. Way more bedrooms for all of the abundance of children that this family keeps having. But yeah, so first of all, what I want to look at is what our current house is worth. So I've just gone into build mode and it is currently worth 77,321 simoleons. Not too bad. We also have an extra 10, almost 10,500 in our account as well. I think if I set a budget maybe around 80,000, we should be okay. But yeah, I am thinking that I'm going to build on this lot up here near the land grabs and let's just give it our best shot and jump into the speed build. So the first thing that I am doing here is working on the terrain. So you see how there's like these two grass patches. I kind of wanted to like make it look like the grass runs that whole way. A lot of it's going to be under the house, so you like don't even get to see any of it anyway, but like I thought it was a nice little detail. Starting with the shape, I went for a similar sort of like H shape as the other house. Kind of, I don't know, I mess around with the shape a lot. It's like I wanted to go for something really geometric and modern. I was kind of taking inspiration from the land grabs house across the street. Like I kind of felt like this house needed to match that kind of aesthetic, but also it needs to be mint for the mint not so berry. And they also already lived in like a modern house, so I didn't think that any other kind of style really suited this family. We do a lot of work with platforms in this house as well, which let me tell you is way more fun in theory than it is to actually work with. Platforms in this game were such a game changer for building, but like everything else in The Sims, they're just kind of glitched. You know, like they don't always work the way you want them to. A lot of the times they'll like revert. You'll be midway through building and then the platform just deletes itself. Things like that. It's just classic The Sims 4, right? I'm also going for this skylight. At the top there, you would have seen me just do the skylight. It's the same kind of skylight that I think they did in one of the new builds in Willow Creek. I think it's for the Kim Lewis family, possibly. In Willow Creek, and they gave them this like really cool skylight, like roof detail with like a platform surround. I tried to recreate that because I actually thought it was a pretty cool little detail that they did. And it's not too hard to do. So I've done that over like a big sort of like the central foyer area of the house. So we're just messing around with all of the platforms, like I said, trying to get a general shape. That one of the things I always do when I build is I always go for the external shape first. There's kind of two ways that people build in The Sims. You either like build the rooms and like build the floor plan and then like make a house around it, or you build the exterior and then fit a floor plan inside of it. So that is the way that I like to build, is by making sure that I like the exterior first and then fitting a floor plan in. It's not always the easiest way to build, let me tell you, because sometimes you can make some pretty funky shapes and it becomes very difficult. But I am just working out the floor plan at the moment. You can see that I've been using the platforms. I used the platforms on the inside as well. So I kind of did almost like a sunken living area on the left-hand side with the floor plan. So you come in on that higher level and the bedrooms on the right-hand side are all at that higher level of the platform. But then the living area and I think there's an office as well on that side are all on like a lower platform. Yeah, I do really like using platforms for modern houses. I just think gives you a lot more freedom than using foundations. It is tricky. Oh, hang on. Did I raise it up? Oh, I raised it up. I thought I left that sunken. Oh, well, there you go. Maybe I raised that side up as well. Interesting. I really thought I left it sunken. I guess we'll find out later in the speed build if I turn it back, but so far looks like I've just raised up that left side too. I'll be honest, I built this a while ago. So the last time that I released an episode of Not So Berry, it's been a few weeks. I pretty much built this house that same day that I released that episode. I built this house on my Twitch stream because I knew. I was like, well, we're going to need a new house. Let's build it. And I built it straight away, but I just haven't gotten around to recording the actual speed build part of it until just now. So it's been quite a few weeks since I actually built this house. So I'm kind of forgetting. Okay, I did sink it down, but it's only sunk down one level. So there's no stairs. Okay, that makes sense. So it is on a lower platform, but by one notch. Okay, so we're just going in with some flooring. I decided to just go for some standard modern floorboards. I do like this kind of timbery color. It's the same kind of timber that they had in their previous house. I'm also going for a rooftop garden. So in the old house, they had a greenhouse, but I'll be honest, I didn't really use it that often as far as like actually using the plants that I was getting from it. So I figured that maybe like a rooftop garden would be pretty cool. So I've gone for that here. I've put a bunch of planters and stuff up there. Now we are actually starting on wallpaper. Now, when I tell you the amount of changes that this house went through when it comes to wallpaper, I just could not decide what I wanted to go for. I obviously knew I had to have a mint element, and I really liked the mint with the timber kind of look that I had in the old house, but I wanted to go for something a bit lighter, a bit brighter, which proved to be a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to. I did find this siding, so I think it's from the Life and Death pack, this thicker horizontal siding that came in this really beautiful like light mint color. So I was going with that for a while. And I also went for a lighter timber tone. So the other horizontal timber slats that I'm using in the wallpaper, I'm pretty sure are the businesses and hobbies timber slats. And I really liked that sort of lighter look. I do believe that I changed the wallpaper again at some point. Like I said, I went through a lot of different iterations with the wallpaper. I just couldn't decide. When it comes to modern houses, I do find it very difficult to find that balance, I guess. Like, especially where I'm from in Australia, this kind of modern architecture is actually quite common in new developments and new builds. And I find that one of the things that happens is they tend to have 3 different materials that they use. Whether it's like a brick, a stone, a timber, like a plaster, those types of materials, they tend to have like 3 that they mix throughout the building. At least 2, like there's at least normally 2 different, and then like 2 or 3 different materials. So that's sort of what I had in my head that I was going for with this, was to have like the 3 different. So I have a stone, I have that I have that mint siding, and I have the timber slats. And I liked the 3 of them together. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked the combination of the 3 of them. I thought they looked really nice together. But finding the actual balance of where they should have been on the house was really a lot more difficult than it should have been. And in the end, yeah, I do think I end up changing the mint siding. I think I end up going for something way more bold in like a mint color, which when we get to it, I will show you. I'm just working on some of the landscaping at the moment. Again, we're sort of going for a bit of that like deserty, succulents, cactuses kind of vibe. Obviously we're in Oasis Springs, so like that landscaping is really what matches. I've created like these 2 planters in the front with using like a circle of terrain paint of like the pebble, which has got like some palm trees and stuff in it. But I also wanted it to feel a little bit lush as well. So you can see that I've used a couple of extra like bushes and stuff in the corners. But what I'm about to do is place a bunch of rocks. So the new rocks that we got with one of the login events, I think it was the nature login event, I quite like them. I think they look a little bit more cartoony than the rocks that we already had in the game. But I think when you use them just with them, like if you try and mix them with the other rocks, I think it sort of shows a bit more that they're a bit more cartoony. But when you just use like the 3 of those rocks, they look okay together. and I kind of liked the size that I could get them to. And I am placing, just a ton of rocks around these little planters that I've created. So this took ages in my stream. And if you were in my stream, I apologize that you had to sit there and watch me place rocks for like half an hour. But I do think it was worth it because I think that the little, like the surround of the planter, I think looks really cool. I've then also added like a bunch of like cactuses and other kinds of succulents like into the bottom of that planter. And yeah, I think it works really well. I quite like it. I think it's mirroring and sort of reflecting like the land grab house in the way that it's sort of landscaped and stuff. We have come back and you can see I'm messing with the wallpaper again. Yeah, I am. I had taken a little bit of a break. So this sort of cut, the cut from there to that, I'd taken a bit of a break and I'd come back to it and I just wasn't happy with it. That is when I found this wallpaper that comes with Eco Lifestyle that was in this much more vibrant minty color. I just sort of felt like what I was looking at in the house, it wasn't mint enough. You know what I mean? Like this is the mint not so berry generation. Like if you're going to go for it, you need to go for it. And I kind of felt like we were missing the mark a little bit. Like it was a little bit too neutral. So that's why I went for that wallpaper. Again, I'm not 100% sold on it just yet. Like this is how the house still looks. But yeah, for some reason, I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet. It could be subject to change. With these legacy type houses, I pretty much am constantly changing them anyway, like having to do little renovations when the kids age up and, you know, to meet our needs. So I may change it again in the future. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of it. Please be brutally honest. If you don't like it, tell me because I am really not sure. Like I said, the wallpapers really threw me. I went back and forth so many times. Yeah, it was like really struggling with it. But I think having the bolder mint on there was I don't know, like I think it sort of fits her personality a bit better having that bolder color. Like she's a scientist, you know what I mean? She's a mad scientist. I think she would have like some kind of bold statement. Anyway, so we've moved inside now, so we're starting to furnish. We're going for a very spacious interior. I feel like their old house, because it was so much smaller, felt a bit cramped. Even though it wasn't that cramped, but like I think it felt a little bit cramped compared to this house. We are going, for a lot more space. So I used the Snowy Escape fireplace and I'm using the Businesses and Hobbies bookshelves in the living room. I really like the Snowy Escape fireplace. I think it's like really modern and really cool, but also doesn't feel too stark. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean when I say stark? Like some things that are really ultra modern feel very soulless in a way. I think the style that comes with Snowy Escape just in general is like the epitome of pulling off like a really nice modern but still really like homely feel, you know? So we're going for the living room again. I have used the lounge is from the Refined Living Room kit. The two armchairs are actually from Eco Lifestyle. They're two of the armchairs that you can fabricate. So because I was building in, I wasn't building in the game mode. I was just building from Manage Worlds. I actually used the little cheat that's like the show hidden objects, the bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects. So I actually could see like everything, and that brings up all of like the furniture items that you can fabricate in Eco Lifestyle. And I found these armchairs and I just thought that they were like the perfect color. Because we have gone for this much lighter mint color inside. So we've moved on to the kitchen. I have the Home Chef Hustle kitchen. You can never go wrong with a Home Chef Hustle kitchen. I still think it's my favorite kitchen set in the whole game. I don't think there's any kitchen set that I like better than the Home Chef Hustle one. We have some really nice ones now. Like even that one that they gave us on for the birthday celebration that they gave us, that like base game one, it's really nice. That's probably my next favorite kitchen set. But this Home Chef Hustle one is just, I love how different all of the cabinets are. Do you know what I mean? Like the corner cabinet has that little open shelf that's got like little, just the little chopping boards in it, you know, just those little bits of detail are just so nice to me. Like I really, really like them. So yeah, always. I used the windows as a backsplash, which is a very common thing in modern homes. They'll often just have like really big expansive windows as a backsplash compared to like instead of like tiles. Yeah, I like how it looks. Just cluttering up. I used a lot of the kitchen clutter stuff. Oh, we're going for a live plant in here. I bet you anything that that plant dies. I'm so bad at taking care of the house plants in this game. I have one in one of my other saves that I play on my stream, and no joke, the plant has died like 4 times, and I keep replacing it and then forgetting to water it again. So that plant's probably going to fall under the same. Moving on to the dining room, again, everything is very minimalist. I was also getting quite conscious of budget. So you can see here we've moved, like we're already at like 60,000. And I wanted to do an 80k budget. So somehow within the next 20,000, I have to finish furnishing this house. Which kind of always happens to me. I always fall short on budget because I spend so much on the exterior because I want the exterior to look good, that when it comes to the interior, I always run out of money. I have a feeling that I go over budget a little bit. Because I'm pretty sure I go back into the household and see if there's like more things that I can sell to get a bit more money. But yeah, sometimes it's just like, I just want to build, you know, I don't want to be restricted by money all the time. So now we're moving on to the kids' bedrooms. So obviously this bedroom here is for my Rose sim. And all of the kids are from the Rose generation. So they have like bright red bedrooms. Which is a very, very stark contrast from the light mint everywhere else. I, for one, am not a fan of the color red. So as I have done this entire playthrough, I take a little bit of liberty with the rose and do like a little bit of like a pinky, dusky sort of red. Yeah. But I'm starting to like run out of money here and like starting to freak out. So I kind of just basically bought everyone the beds that they needed. And I didn't do anything else with their bedrooms. And then I think I go back in a bit later if I have a little bit more money and like decorate them a little bit. But yeah, the budget is slowly blowing out. But I just wanted it to look good, you know, like I struggle when it comes to furnishing houses. I just want them to look good and I get so upset when I run out of money. So we've moved on to the master bedroom and the master ensuite. I am fully taking advantage of the sleek bathroom kit here. It is one of my favorites of the kits. I just think it's so beautiful and it really fits the modern style of this building as well. Like it's so nice. So yeah, I really wanted that to look good. We are, working on the master bedroom. This bedroom is like much bigger than what they had before, but also I feel like it's much more mature than the bedroom that they had at their old house. And I really like it. I think it looks really nice. I don't know what else to say about it. Just furnishing it. I've used the businesses and hobbies bed there. It comes in this really nice, it's sort of a bit more of like a sagey green color on the bed, but I think when it's used up against the other kind of like minty tones, it reads a lot more on the mint side, if that makes sense. And that is the kind of liberty that I've taken a lot with this build. The tone, the actual color mint is hard to sort of justify in the game. It's a tough one to get. So we've moved back outside now. I've gone into debug. I want to look for these to try and create like a border similar to what's on the grass outside the lot. So I found these things in debug. I don't know what they're actually meant to be from debug. I think they're like sacks of food or something. I'm really not sure, but they look like these little bricks. So now I'm going in and I'm like alt placing them individually and making like a nice sort of curved pattern. And then once I do that, I go in with the terrain paint and like sort of fix it up so that the grass is on one side and the sand is on the other, and then I go and do that on the other side as well. And I think it's just a nice little detail to finish off that change in terrain. One thing I didn't really do much of, I don't think of, is the backyard. I can't really remember if I did anything with the backyard, but we're about to find out. Oh, I did. Okay, so we're doing a little bit of work on the backyard. Again, you can see the budget is at like 79,000. Oh no, we've just clicked over to 80. And now I'm only just starting to work on the backyard, and I can definitely tell that we are running out of money. Like this is already more expensive than I wanted to make it. Granted, we had about 87,000 or something in total to actually work with, but I wanted it to not be so much. Like I wanted to be able to not move in here with like $0. You know what I mean? But as usual, I get carried away and we're left with trying to work out the budget situation. So here we are placing more rocks because I decided to make another planter like the same that I did out the front. I definitely don't remember doing any of this. That's how long ago I built this. I don't remember anything of what I did. I think I might do like a place for a pool, but I don't actually put the pool in because we ran out of money. Maybe. I don't remember. We're going to find out. We're going to find out what we did. Placing rocks, placing rocks, placing rocks. Adding in some more of the cactuses and the succulents to finish off this planter. I really like these planters. I do think that they turned out really well. They look how I wanted them to, so I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so we're going in with a terrain paint. Again, I was trying to save money here, so I was like, I can't afford to put I can't afford to put actual like flooring down. So we're gonna use terrain paint. Yeah, I did. I think that's like my intention of like putting the pool there. Wait, I did put flooring down? Oh, you silly girl. Oh, I spent money on it. Okay, yeah, so I guess I just used flat out flooring and paid for it. Silly me. And now we're going around on the balcony. So you can see I sort of set up this like planter around the edge of the like the balcony platform. And I'm going in and I'm putting in a bunch of little succulents. I did decide, however, that they were a bit too small. So I do go around and actually size every single one of them up again, which is time consuming, but I think it's worth it because you can hardly see them as they are right now. Yeah, and so I decided to go in for like that next size up, and I think it makes a huge difference. So I do that to both of the balconies, I'm pretty sure, because there's a balcony off the back here as well that doesn't have anything on it yet, and I can't remember if I place anything on it. I think I ran out of money, so I don't think I put anything out there. But you can see that this house is just so much bigger than what we had. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 bedrooms. Like, surely I can't have that many kids, right? Surely. But at this stage, all the kids are going to get their own bedrooms, which is nice and appreciated. Obviously, if my sim keeps getting pregnant, then we're going to have a problem. We're going to have to share again. But I don't want that to be the case. So I also use these little debug planters out the front. They're from the For Rent debug. Yeah, I really like those. And then I just sort of put some fake plants in it. So you can see me here. I've gone back into the household and I'm like picking up all our stuff and I'm going to move us in because I actually wanted to see if we could afford it or not. So I go around and I pick up all of our stuff, put it in our inventory. And then once I do that, I realize that we actually can't afford to move in. So I come back and I like sell so much stuff out of my Sims inventories. So the house itself is worth 93,607 simoleons, which is way more than I wanted to spend. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't afford it. What am I going to do? So with selling the furniture as well, like selling all our stuff, we were like 9,000 simoleons short. So I've gone into our household inventory and I'm just like selling everything that I possibly can. I think I go into their individual inventories as well. I'm like, oh, look, I have all these crystals I don't need. Look at all these roses and plants that I don't need. Like, I literally just like sold. I didn't sell everything, like obviously because for Eclipse's job, I do need some of those plants to make like the elixirs and all the serums and stuff. But I went through and I sold like a bunch of what I had because I had like 150 strawberries or something in my inventory. So I sold them and just got rid of like all the random stuff that I had really. Like I had a bunch of crystals that I'd collected from trying to like finish the element collection. So I sold all of the spare stuff that I didn't need. I went through all the kids' inventories, like if they had any presents from Tooth Fairies and things. And then we finally could afford it. So we had like $5,000 left or something. So now that I've moved them in, now I'm going through and like putting all their stuff in to like finish decorating because the house is so bare. Like, so we're just putting in all of the stuff, I guess, at this point. Yeah. So we're just about coming up to the end of the speed build as well, but I will take you guys for a tour at the end to show you around. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything that you think I should add, anything that you think will, I guess, help Again, the wallpaper situation outside, please let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions, if you know the game and you know what comes in the game, I have all the packs. So I'm like not limited to packs or anything. If you think that there is an item that will look better, like a certain wallpaper that you think will suit, let me know in the comments and I will give it a try because I am really stumped by it, you know? I also noticed just now, look, I don't know if I noticed it in the game, the terrain paint reverted. Yeah, the terrain paint on the edges where the grass and the sand meet have reverted. So hopefully I go back in and fix that. But if I didn't notice it while I was building, hopefully I will notice it soon. So anyway, we have $6,000 and I'm pretty sure I'm going to go in and spend it. I added some furniture to Chili's room. I basically went for the same kind of design that she had in her old bedroom. Very simple, nothing too fancy. Gave her like a bookshelf and a desk and just a rug and, you know, just nice stuff. I think I gave her a little computer. Used a lot of little Simsies comfy gamer kit. That's such a good kit too. Such a good kit for like officey type decor. Really good. Yeah. So we're just finishing up the details, I guess. A lot of random things. I have 288 simoleons left. The other kids don't get anything in their bedrooms. They get a bed. But hey, it's still an upgrade. They got their own bed. So I did add it to the gallery, if you're interested at all. It does sit, the modded tick is on it, but that is because I have like family photos and stuff on the wall. If you do want to download it, you do have to click the show allow custom content or whatever it is filter that's in the gallery and it will show up, but it isn't actually custom content. It's just my Sims photos. I don't know why they do that. Like, I don't know why that sits as in the modded category, but yeah. Anyway, let me take you on a little tour of the house. So this is the exterior. So it turns out I actually went for 4 because I have that light mint clad still in here, 4 different materials, but that's okay. So this is the exterior. We have the backyard as well. I do eventually want to put a pool in here, but we ran out of funds, so no pool there. Okay, so when you walk in, we have this foyer area. There's not a lot going on here. Like I said, it is kind of bland at the moment. We were a little bit strapped for funds. We just have a hallway here. There's 4 bedrooms. So this is Burns' room. This is Brick's room. The new baby will go here. There's another bedroom for a future child if we have one. I hope we don't. We also have Chili and Clifford's bedrooms upstairs with a bathroom in between. When you walk up into like just a landing, it's all open so that this skylight runs the whole way down, which I think is a really nice detail. Again, we have our mum's bedrooms off the side with a huge walk-in wardrobe. I would like to add a little bit more decoration to this room. I think this wall here is like a little bit empty, and then they have the doors out onto their garden, which needs some serious attention, but we'll look at that later. The living room is off to the left when you walk in. So we have this little like nook here for the chess table. Our living space, I'm really happy with how the living room turned out. I actually think it looks really nice with the bookshelves. I think it looks really cozy. We've got some like ottomans and stuff over here. There's a big sliding door out to outside right here. The kitchen is here. Again, Home Chef Hustle kitchen. You can't go wrong. I really, really like how this looks. I like the level of, you know, clutter and stuff on here. It still looks tidy, but like lived in. We have dining room just here. We have a picture of our cat on the wall. Gotta love the cat. And here is our office. Again, the shelves and stuff are a little bit empty. I would like to decorate in here a little bit more, make it feel a little bit more lived in, but I did pull out like everything that we have, literally everything. Yeah, so when you walk out from the living room, we've just got like an extra little dining room and like an outdoor kitchen out here. You walk down the steps into what will be probably a pool. I'd like to put a hot tub out here as well now that we have that in-ground hot tub that came with Adventure Awaits. I think that could look really cool out there. Again, we ran out of money. So yeah, that is the house. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you again really soon with some gameplay of us actually living in that house and trying to finish it. We'll go to work a couple of times, earn some money, and actually finish the house. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you all next time. Bye.